Yeah, so there's a lot of great cars. Goth Chick, the agenda is posted on the door. I did take photos of it. When we get up there, we should be able to grab a copy. Say, I don't think there's any media here tonight other than me, I think. We're trying to be respectful of the private conversations that happen outside. anybody just joining us, we're in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania. It is their monthly Borough Council meeting coming up here. Hi Krista, it's glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us. It's okay, that's kind of what we're doing. Feel free to participate. Just a second guys, I'll see if I can't pull up the agenda here for you. That's page 2. A little hard to do. Alright. There's those for you. I'm going to go ahead and walk up. Once I get my things set down, I'll go and I'll post them up for you guys on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's locked.
Oh, go ahead.
I gotta sign in.
Hi. I'm living the dream. What?
I heard my name.
Oh, actually right here, if that's okay.
I was gonna say it was right there. So then I can leave.
Four physical people in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the year before.
I bring all your stuff out, and I'll bring out my desk to work. But you can be got anyway, so.
We do try to reconnect.
Yeah. Kevin only knows what I have donated.
I don't have. All right, I guess we'll, stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll do a roll call, open the meeting. Cleo? Present. Cindy?
Here.
Gordy? Say it again, Gordy.
Yes.
All right. Let's see, Mansell?
Nope.
Absent. Michelle?
Yes, present.
Myself, present. Hank?
Present.
Chris?
Here.
All right. Dana is present. Okay. All right, approval of prior regular minutes, they should be in your packet. So, we emailed these out in advance, Dana emailed them out in advance. So, please take a look at them. And we'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented or as revised.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Michelle made the motion to accept the minutes. Is there a second?
Still reading.
All right.
There was something on here. On page 4. And I might misinterpret this, but it's under Caleb Geist-Patch. It says, motion was made by Mansell, seconded by me, that he's owed the amount of $3,225 and change. We voted yes to pay him, but then we voted no not to pay him until the reports are submitted? It's 4-3 and then 4-2.
I think it was made to
Turn
pay
that
him
handbook
after
over
they
to
were,
Mont.
after they were done.
Yeah, but we voted to pay him.
And
It's a
but-
conflict there.
Correct, I agree.
So have we paid him?
Not that I'm aware of.
So we're going to pay him.
I read it as we're voting to pay him the amount. It's more of the fact, that the dollar amount, because we were questioning whether it was the full month pay.
No, I'm,
That's how I read it.
the way I read it is, sorry.
Yeah,
like
I see what you're saying, but that's how I
We
read it.
voted to pay him, but then we voted
Not
kind of, yeah,
until he
yeah, and
pro-
to me,
provided the
doesn't
reports.
one supersede the other?
I don't know.
Just the way it's worded there, that's why I'm questioning it. I just wanna make sure the count was right, because I didn't write that 4-3 down, that's why I'm.
Okay,
If that's correct, that's fine, I just wanna make sure that's where everybody else interpreted it as being correct, it wasn't a mistake of some sort.
Is that not on the agenda tonight?
But I'm
Yeah.
just wanted to
think
make
it
sure it
is,
was worded
yeah.
properly.
okay, any other questions, comments concerning the last month's, minutes?
I'll second the motion to approve the minutes for the July 5th meeting.
Okay, Michelle made the motion, Cleo seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Let's just go down the line here, I guess. Vote. Hank,
Yes, I approve the minutes.
okay. Cleo,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes,
myself, yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Do I get to vote?
Oh, I'm sorry. Geez, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Gordy?
yes.
All right. Get Gordy in there too. Motion carried. All right. Payment of bills. CAP report.
Bob,
Yes.
is the bill in there for the playground mulch?
Let me, Michelle's pulling them up there now.
Is it in here for the playground? Yes. Dana says yes.
Okay, that's great, good.
Okay. I make a motion to pay the bills.
Can I see the bills?
You sure can.
We need a second to pay the bills.
Yes.
I'll make the second.
All right. Michelle made a motion to pay the bills. Gordy Chosen seconded the motion. Any further discussion?
Still looking
That's fine. Give another minute or so, we got packet here.
Should be listed on your thing too, so.
Is there a summary sheet there?
at them. No,
Summary
okay.
sheet, yeah.
Is that emailed to Michelle?
I'm sorry?
Is that list emailed as well with the minutes?
Yes.
Okay,
I didn't
that's
get
my question.
I think I got it. I'm not sure.
No, I didn't see the,
I might have seen the printout tonight. I
Yeah,
thought it was,
fair.
but I'm not sure.
It's right after the minutes. I see there's a payment for the fire department. That was a catch-up, right? Dana, that
That was for July,
that was just July?
which we would like to pay for August.
I was just curious what it was, all right.
I think they are asking for August too.
Yeah.
you're welcome to, go ahead.
You need another minute? You're
No, you're
okay.
good.
Any further discussion concerning payment of the bills? If not, we'll do a roll call vote. Hank?
Yes, pay the bills.
Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Cindy?
No, because there's this $4,600 playground lunch we need to discuss before we pay this bill. Because it wasn't playground mulch, and we're paying $4,600 for something that cost half that much. Why?
All right, Gordy, how do you vote?
Yes, yes.
All right, roll call vote, motion carried. Let's see, isn't there something on the minutes here about, or in the agenda, about mulch under
Yes.
new business?
Yep.
So let's hang on to that discussion until we get to new business. All right.
Should have had it ahead of time, because now it's already in the bill paying.
All right, let's see, visitors, public comment on agenda items. The agenda items were taped to the door.
Friday.
Friday, let's open up for public comment, so please come up to the podium, introduce yourself, and we'll go through the issues here, so.
Carl Cox, I'm from up in Knoxville. I was here last month, and I asked the question of who authorizes the bills for processing, and was told by Mr. Chilson that nobody does. I was provided with a copy of the Verizon bill, which was the one discussed a lot at last month's meeting. And Michelle, or not Michelle, Cindy, will you tell me what it says inside of that circle?
It says, okay, looks like GC.
Okay, GC. Anybody have any idea who GC could be? What was the Verizon bill you're
What was the
talking about?
question about it?
You guys had a lot of questions on the bill itself.
And we
And
voted to pay the bill.
And I asked who authorizes the bills for processing. And Mr. Chilson told me nobody. That paper right there in front of you proves that he lied to me. You all took an oath. Part of that oath was that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Lying to your residents, lying to visitors to your borough, lying to state representatives, lying to your own solicitor, lying to county representatives, calling your residents who don't agree with you scum.
Who did that?
You,
No.
Yes.
No.
yes,
When?
it was on a text message.
No, I don't think
Yes,
so.
you did.
No,
Yes, you did.
no, you show me.
Has any of you got that?
All right, so,
Hey, Bob,
yes, hang on a second here.
yes.
Go ahead, Bruce.
What he's talking about, is that on the agenda?
Bills were on the agenda.
Is that on the agenda this
Yep.
month?
Bill payment is on the
Bill
agenda.
payment was on the agenda this month. Lying to all those people is not discharging the duties of your office with fidelity.
Is it
It's
the
a
same-
violation of your oath of office that you took with your hand raised.
Bob,
Yes, sir.
you're, what he's talking about is not in the minutes from the previous meeting, so therefore it's a new issue. We don't, everything that's official at the borough council is what's in the minutes.
Do you have it?
He's bringing up the comment that I don't believe anybody recalls us saying
I would
that.
love to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, sir?
Not at this time.
All right, very good. Thank you. Let's see, anybody else for public comment on agenda items?
Okay, guys, Nelson, last month you voted to pay me if I submitted the reports for the month I worked. I've done that. Still waiting on payment. I'm gonna have copies of both reports along with the, submission report from DEP.
We voted to
Bob?
pay him.
Yeah, we voted.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Bob, Jimmy Joe has not got back to us on what's required each month to be done by the operator.
Okay.
He's no longer our
Okay.
operator.
If there's one I missed, I'd be happy to take care of it, but, I mean, these are the ones I do month to month, every month.
That's.
Okay.
But we voted to pay him. Are we paying him? Is there a check written someplace?
There is a check written.
So these are all the reports?
Yeah, the ones water.
All the ones that were due?
Yeah,
For,
the month of May,
so
along
there,
with bench sheets and sample results from the lab.
can Dana go get the check that's sitting in the office to pay him tonight?
Hang on a minute. So the 31st was the last That's the last day here.
I don't have my keys tonight, but I can get it tomorrow.
It should say.
That's what it's through, right? Does that sound right?
That was the date it was due.
No, usually you do
This is the date it was submitted, July.
So that's the submit, but this was the period of which you were reporting on, right?
Yes.
5/1 to 5.
Yes. That's for the sewer.
All right, very good. Any other questions, comments? Let's just pass them along, make sure everybody takes a look at them. That's on the agenda here, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, new business. Anything else?
No, that's just what I was wondering when I can expect that.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Open forum? Okay, we'll move on. Alright. Department reports. Fire department.
So we had 10 calls for the month of July. Tomorrow night up at Ives Run is a national night out of community police awareness that a bunch of EMS, fire, and police agencies will be at Ives Run from 6 to 9. We're currently doing online raffles. A few of our members teamed up and doing a great job with this. They're currently raffling off a $500 cash raffle. So you go online, you pay with a debit card, and once we sell 100 tickets, they will pull a winning number for the $500 cash. In the back of the reports that I gave all you guys, ordered a couple things for some fire trucks, whatnots. And for those that can see the fire station, there's a lot going on outside that can be physically seen now. The biggest thing that we're waiting for is Penelec. Needs to bring a transformer down, which should be here hopefully, supposed to be here Thursday, and then they gotta install it. And pretty much after that, it can be a go. But everything needs electricity. The gas needs electricity, fire alarm needs electricity, everything needs electricity in order to test everything. So we're pretty much waiting on the electric company right now. We won't have another meeting with the ORS or our construction manager until after we have our certificate of occupancy. So fingers are crossed that the transformer comes soon.
Looks good, it's coming along.
Like that. Any questions for the fire department?
Any questions? The reports in your file here also. Okay, we'll move on to the mayor's report.
So basically working with PennDOT on our pothole issue, especially in front of, as we all know, the post office. So I put the complaint in, got a call, spoke to him. And his foreman come on site and looked at it and said it's not his problem. So it's not only there, but in front of Rotzels as well. There's another spot up there and another spot on Main Street or around 49. So I'm back to, and also reached out to the owner of Preston's and see what we can do about the big potholes there. So.
They fixed them.
Yeah, those are fixed. The one in front of the Family Dollar's
Yeah.
fixed.
No, the ones that go from
Post
the
office.
post
The
office
post
over.
office over.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I'm working with that guy. He seems like a nice guy, but he really hasn't gotten back to me there.
Preston's are fixed, yeah. Or not Preston's, but Family Dollar
Yeah,
fixed.
it's fixed, but not the ones I'm talking about though.
Gotcha.
So, still working on it, guys. I know learning that as we go, but it's pretty bad. That's all I got.
Okay. Police report? Anything, I didn't see it in the packet.
57.
Was there anything in the packet there, Dan? Or do you have a?
No, I don't have it on me, but there was 59 incidents.
Okay. All right, and finally, ambulance.
The only thing that I can tell you with regard to the ambulance, is that, this month, we transported, 19, patients, whether it was to the hospital or from the hospital to home. So it was, according to, Chief Button, it was a new high number, for the ambulance for the year.
Okay. Anything else concerning ambulance?
No, we're fine.
All right. We'll move on to library. Is anybody present from the library? Go ahead, Lucy.
I just, wanna say that we're making more improvements, inside and outside of the building. Fence has been partially pressure washed, we moved books around, electric problem upstairs, so thanks Hank and his dad, I think, whoever did that. And more cleaning, and, we're having an event on 8/17, from 10 to 11:30 for younger kids. And, we're getting quite a bit of help. Lori Sype has gotten involved with us, and, so Marion Guntars has helped, Alosi has helped, Hank, Ron, and his mom, Ariel, where is she? I saw her come in. And actually, Grace Kerwin's brother was here, and there was always a little bit of a gas smell when you walked in. He figured out that something was lit in one of the, fireplace inserts, so he turned that off or whatever. And then Jackie Fern, she's a steady diehard volunteer that shows up whenever we want her to, so appreciate that. So today we ordered some supplies for the event on 8/17, and I've been reaching out to other librarians, and I didn't realize that there was like a Tioga, Potter County Library Organization, and I'm gonna be talking to somebody about whether we should join that or not. I'm not sure we should, but we might, so I'm gonna, talk to her.
What were the times again there, Lucy?
What's that?
What were the times again?
The date you mean, 8/17/22.
They got a great book sharing
Okay,
system.
yeah, but there are strings attached, I gotta do it to cover that. Anyway, and then we actually received another $100 donation from, Red Bosworth's great nephew, and I gave that to Dana today, and we ordered some stuff on Amazon, so we're perking right along, sort of.
So what was the time on the 17th? Sorry.
10 to 11:30.
10 to 11:30.
Yeah.
All right. So Wednesday. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. We do need more volunteers. Yeah.
Okay. More volunteers are needed.
Yeah.
Got an upcoming event on the 17th, which is I think a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All set?
Well, we're gonna, it's gonna be 50-year anniversary coming up.
Next year.
50.
Yeah.
This year's 49. Next year's 50. Okay.
So we're gonna plan kind of a bigger event.
Yeah, so we need people to help clean up the library and volunteers to help do different things to get ready for the event next year.
Okay. Is that gonna be like a summer thing we're thinking?
Yeah, probably so, yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna, invite a lot of people.
We hope to have a lot of people come.
Yeah. So we're trying to spruce the place up a little bit before that.
Okay. Very good. All right, moving on, building enforcement zoning officer. So there's an application here with a check for $50, approval to construct a roof over existing 16 by 24 porch on Mechanic Street. Herb inspection has building permits. I believe I saw this in the package here, so let's flip to that. There's a letter from Herb Inspections, read that over if you haven't read it. Sorry? The next one, okay. Oh, there's a couple more, oh, okay, all right. so in the letter, basically Herb Inspection's asking the borough whether, whether the borough approves the, construction, I guess, so it's like we're looking for a motion to approve that. Yes?
Bob, I think I talked to Dana on that, and the guy is not doing anything but repairs. The porch and the roof are exactly as existing, they just need repairs, so repairs do not require a permit.
That's the next one.
Okay, so let's not confuse issues, so that's the next one? So the first one is the porch.
Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. You're talking about two different properties.
Oh, I'm sorry, I read the wrong letter. I see, I messed that up.
So Herb is our zoning guy now?
So I'm looking for, sorry, the 49th Mechanic Street.
Is it?
49 Mechanic Street. The letter is for the other, right? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, sorry to confuse that. So sorry, the first one here is, we're looking for a motion just to approve it so that Herb can approve the building permit. Does everybody get that? Sorry I confused that.
You'll need a zoning permit that Herb needs to do the building permit. And that should be the $40, is that what the $40 is for? The zoning permit?
Yeah, I have the permit here.
Yeah, okay, you're all set there.
Let me pass it around. Roof on deck, existing, deck, sign, got payment here. Oops, I got it twisted up, so pass that over. That's the first one that we're looking at. It's 49 Mechanic.
We don't have a building zoning person.
Robert,
Yes,
have you heard Cindy?
I did,
She mentioned
yes.
Twice.
yes.
Is Herb our zoning?
Herb is not our zoning, we don't have a zoning permit, so we've been approving as council the applications, because we don't have a,
So we shouldn't be taking the guy's money either.
Right. Because if we don't have anybody that goes out and looks at what needs to be done, there's no reason why we should be able to collect the money for it as the borough. Because you need a zoning officer and you need a zoning board.
Who's signing off on this?
the council would do the roll call vote.
No, it's not legal. I'll put it in here.
So you're saying all construction stops until we get a.
No,
No, it's just, it's null and void.
you need a zoning person to do that, to sign off on it. You
Which
need
means
somebody-
that all construction.
That
stops.
everything ends until we get one.
No, they can do whatever they damn well please,
Hmm.
because you don't have one. Has anybody been out to see this? How are you visually approving this if you haven't been there?
It basically says as built, as replacement is how it's
But
presented.
you should be out there inspecting this.
I agree. Were you out there to see it?
No,
I wasn't.
I'm not approving it.
I'm asking for a vote. If we're not ready for a vote, we don't vote. We table it.
If I knew this was something that was coming up, yeah, I would have gone out there. But then I can't sign it, and neither can any of us. You.
We're all in agreement here.
Then he doesn't.
That's why we're passing the permit around for everybody to look at it, and we're gonna vote yes or no.
Then take their money.
What else do you propose?
Give it a zoning
Well, let's just pick one
I don't have a zoning officer. I make a motion to let Herb serve as a zoning officer.
Yes. I second it.
If that's
Hang on a minute. Hang on. That's not on the agenda right now, so let's
We can't do it.
Let's add that to,
No.
we're gonna add to the agenda, but we're looking at the permit, so.
You can't
let's
issue
not
a
get into
permit
that here.
unless you have a zoning officer.
We've operated for years without a zoning officer, nobody wants to do the job.
You know, I
They
think
do
we
it
need
on
to
purpose.
address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is, why does anybody wanna work for the borough of Lawrenceville? Why is
Lucy,
our reputation
Lucy,
sucks?
we open up,
Nobody
All
wants
the
to work
we
emails
open
and
it
stuff
up,
all over
excuse me,
everybody's
Lucy, we
poison
open it up,
town.
guys, we open it up at the end for open items like that, public questions, comments. So let's stick to the agenda, please, and we can discuss that at the end. Hank, did you see that there?
I'm still looking at
Okay,
it.
alright, so it got around here otherwise, right, so.
So if council
So
signs off on
basically,
this,
the
who
next,
enforces it?
the next item as we're discussing this here is a similar type deal, only, it's a porch rebuild. No permit required from the borough, or, inspection is requesting approval from the municipality, so that's the item that's in your package here, talking about that. So these are two similar type issues, let's just review them here, and then we can, make motions, vote on, and discuss and vote on.
So this is the one that has no difference in,
That's the second one, the,
Yes,
what,
David Kelly,
the
or
porch,
Sean
porch
Kelly.
rebuild.
okay.
I personally would like, council members to review this, but have you been there, Gordy?
I looked them over, yes.
You have.
Yeah.
Has anybody else looked them over? I have not.
I have not.
Sorry, I'm gonna ask a foolish question, but if no permits required, what is Herb requesting approval from the council from?
So basically, if there's no permit required, we're basically saying, when we approve on it, when we vote on this, we'll say that no permit's required, so that he can go to, right, he's checking off that there's no permit required, is how I read it. Please respond back to this email whether lack of approval or appropriate approval has been granted regarding this project. So they're basically confirming that the.
Whether or not needs approval.
Right.
Right.
Without a zoning
Okay, so
officer,
what-
there's nothing the council can do.
So
What does
I
the council
vote
wanna
that
do?
we do not need approval, because it's existing and it's the same thing.
So on the second issue here, the porch,
Yes.
I'll second it.
Sarah? So, Michelle made a motion.
That's for 22.
22 Mechanic Street,
Now for approving or what here?
for no need for a building permit.
Not,
I think the other term just doesn't need a zoning permit.
Right,
The other one's a different problem.
right, the other one's a different problem.
approval of the construction work within your municipality.
But that's the one where he says exactly the same as
Yeah.
it is.
Okay, and Cleo seconded that.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All right, roll call vote. Hank,
Is this the 22?
Yes.
this is 22 Mechanic Street.
Yes.
Cleo,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
myself, yes. Cindy,
Yes, but it shouldn't even have been brought to council.
and then Gordy.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. Now, the first one, which is the zoning permit application, what does the council wanna do? Everybody seen the application?
That's for 49 Mechanic Street?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does he have the drawings there and the setbacks and the corner of the lot and whatever, all the information?
Can you pass?
Don't pass
Hey, can you
that
pass
down.
that down? Sorry. Oh. No sketch, no setbacks,
There's no sketch, no drawing?
Nope.
no.
You can't issue a zoning permit without all that information.
You can't issue a zoning permit without a zoning permit officer. There's nothing you can do about any of it, none of it. It's,
It's a
we
no.
can go build a brand new house in town and there's nothing you guys can do. Cause there's no zoning
They've
officer.
advertised for zoning officer, nobody's applied.
Well, that should tell you something, Leo.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
Keep advertising.
There's so much that wicked email going around is poisoning people against the town.
We gotta get back.
Guys.
People.
What are we gonna do with the council want to do? Table? Or-
Table.
We gotta get back to the owner and on the application, it tells everything that he has to do.
She says she didn't do it.
And he hasn't done it.
Okay, so we'll table, with feedback that, we need a sketch.
Well, you need the setbacks, you need the dimensions of the lot.
More information.
Zoning officer.
You know, more information.
All right,
You have to table that until the end, and it's
all right. Moving on, Public Works, Streets and Dikes.
Is this over here?
All right, you wanna go through that one, Gordy, or?
Yeah, those streets, we're waiting for the price of the blacktop to come down. The quote we had on Mill Street was $22,000. And that was before we did the other couple of potholes. I suggest those other potholes, we've got, some cold patch. Do those other potholes with the cold patch. And as far as the levee goes, the workers are mowing on that when they get the opportunity to mow.
Okay.
Can I ask about Cherry Street? Cherry Street's a through street. We got a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic. Mill Street is not a through street.
A lot of traffic on it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but you don't have as much as we do.
No, I think we do.
I'm surprised.
I bet you don't.
So there's some, hang on.
Your street has been repaired, rebuilt once.
Cherry Street? Cherry Street has got some huge potholes.
The whole
Huge.
street hasn't been repaired.
And it's been
Part of it
repaired
has.
since it was done 20 years ago.
That's a street.
Cold patched. Cold patched. I'm sorry.
Mill Street has not had anything done except that patch
Alright.
there a couple of years ago.
We'll take a look at
Well,
it.
Other than that,
been a
it's
lot longer
not
than
done
that
since
for
it was
Cherry
put in
Street.
back in 75.
Levies again.
Yeah, we're still on the dikes there,
Yeah.
so. Go ahead.
Is there a way to get those gates checked, to see if they're open and shut and maintained, and maybe weed whack around in case you need to get to them for some reason?
I think that's what they're doing, Barry, right? They're gonna weed whack around the gates too.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to do that before the inspection.
Can we test to make sure they open?
Who's talking now?
Cindy,
Cindy.
Okay.
can we test to make sure they open too, in case
Yeah.
they ask that?
Yeah. So weed whack around the gates and open test gates.
I don't know what else they ask for that.
When is the inspection?
I don't know, do you know when the inspection
It's
is?
usually in October.
October? Alright. Anything else?
Yeah, question for you, Gordy, since you're speaking to the dikes. Are you also going to be having the maintenance workers, do the remediation that will be on the Roxel side of the bridge?
I didn't hear all of that,
He's asking about the remediation on the Rotzel side of the bridge, cutting the brush.
Well, there again, we did not get a bid, same as we did not get a bid back last fall.
Right.
We did not get a bid this year, so.
I don't know.
Alright,
Well, now wait,
so
so you
Parks and
said,
Recreation, we get an update on that? Guys, we're going through the committee reports, as I said 2 or 3 times, all the questions at the end. We're going through the committee reports, we're following the agenda. Okay, Parks and Recreation, I don't mean to be rude, but I keep saying the same thing, so. Parks and Recreation, wanna get an update there? Gordy?
got the mat spread, and it looks pretty good, and the grass is grown, and, we got the park open, and, Mansell had a comment here somewhere on the internet about the park was locked, and that was a false report, and, when he asked where he got that information, he said he got that from, Jessica. So, I don't know if Jessica's there or not, but, or if Mansell's there, but, the bottom line is the park is open, and the mulch is done, and the grass is being mowed.
Okay,
What kind of mulch is that?
all right. Any other comments from
Oh my God.
Parks and Recreation?
I do have one, Bob.
Yes, go ahead.
Are they all finished with wishbone, or when does that end?
13.
13. Oh, okay, so I can have them come and get the, porta potty.
August 13th.
Make it August 14th.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Personnel and appointment? Are there any update concerning personnel and appointments? Okay, as mentioned by the public there, solicitor, sorry, not solicitor, zoning officer.
We got no applications for zoning officer when we advertise.
Vacant.
Because of you.
All right. So let's make a note of that, zoning officer is vacant, so we can add that down here. All right, old business.
Wait.
Operator.
Well, how about the
Go ahead.
storm water? I thought that was a committee, or is that a department?
It's the next time on the list here, actually,
Okay, go ahead.
old business. Okay, old business, hiring a certified water sewer operator. Water sewer committee contacted potential, operators. You wanna go into more detail there, Gordy?
Well, it's just that, we have another candidate, and, right now, Jimmy Joe has contacted DEP to see exactly what the, credentials are that need to be for the operator, and that's where we're at.
Okay,
That sounds good enough. What's the plan? That is the plan.
so,
What's been the plan for Lawrence?
so basically, here's my plan. If that's not good enough, we're gonna hand out the list to each council member, and they can start calling.
I got
You've been gonna do
five.
that for 2 months.
So,
I got 5 that are waiting.
all right, so where's the names?
I'll give you the names when you resign and Mr. Tilson resigns.
Well, that's really handy. That's really holding up your end of the bargain.
I got 5.
Yeah, that's really
I
holding
had
up
5 phone
your
calls.
oath. That is holding up your oath.
It is.
Yeah.
I got 5.
You didn't apologize for calling us scum,
All
yeah.
right, so we'll keep on moving then, if that's how we're gonna work. New business.
Hold on.
You asked me if I had anybody, I
Safety
do have.
recall of 2013 police interceptor, tow link, there's a bulletin in the packet about that. So everybody take a look at
About
that.
the recall,
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta get that up to the full guys, get that recall.
So I don't think there's any action other than this to do it, right?
It's gotta be done.
Right.
Do we wanna vote or?
I don't think you have to.
No, all we have to do is, have Dana call, Martin and set up an appointment at, Ford Garage, to get it there, to have the recall done.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Alright. Dana, could you work? Okay, thank you. Alright, chapter 302, operator, fee, water and sewer. So this, under new business?
Yep.
So this is also in your packet. I believe this is just the, renewal of the license. I think it's every couple of years, I think, if I remember correctly.
Annually.
Annual service.
Mr. Penzo, that is an annual fee
Okay.
for the
Okay.
department.
So basically, take a peek at that, and we'll take a roll call vote, make a motion to approve it.
What is the fee amount?
couple $100.
$100 for each one.
Actually, it's 165, so.
Yeah, one is 65, one is 100.
So, if anybody's ready there, make a motion how we accept both of them at the same time. When you're ready.
I'll make a motion that we fill out the forms and we pay the fee and, renew those.
I'll second.
All right, Gordy Chilson made a motion to renew, all right, and, Cleo seconded. Any further discussion?
Have to update the information on something.
All right. Roll call vote. Hank?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself? Yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Gordy?
Yes,
All yes, motion carried. All right, very good. Labor, service fee for researching copies. So what's that all about?
well, what we have is, I guess we gotta contact the solicitor to see if we can charge for, copies, for labor for copies. Because right now, we're getting, a lot of people asking for several copies, and 25 cents a piece for 50 copies is, not a lot of money, you know, I mean, we need to put like a minimum of $30, and then an additional $30 an hour for the copies.
That's illegal.
And it's tying up the secretary's
We're gonna talk
time
to
when
the
she's got,
solicitor.
she's doing other things.
What's her hourly rate?
$20.
Yeah.
He also told us that Dana was going to have all the ordinances scanned.
Okay, so that's kind of the history of it here. So what do we want to do? Does council want to make a motion? The recommendation. Hang on, guys.
Go ahead.
The recommendation that Gordy had was to have the solicitor look at it and see if that's an option. Is that what we want to do, I guess? Someone make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion to what, was that?
The motion to have the solicitor look into whether we could charge for the service fee for researching copies.
I made the motion, Bob.
Is that your motion?
Yes.
I second it.
All right.
This is way bad. Way bad.
Hang on a second.
I don't second that motion. 25 cents a copy.
Any further discussion from the board?
Oh, God.
I have a question. Is that why I was denied paperwork 2 weeks ago?
We'll save that to the end. Public comments, questions?
At the end.
Any further discussion? If not, proceed by voting, roll call vote. Now again, we're just having the solicitor review it, so.
Right.
Hank?
It's just a review, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself? Yes. Cindy?
No,
Gordy?
it's a waste of money. You don't wanna
All right,
waste
motion
money,
carried.
but now you're wasting money.
Alright. Computer software, update for borough and water and sewer, computers, I think, right?
Turn that over to Hank.
Yeah, well, if it's okay with you, I think we can do it for free.
Okay, yeah.
So, I can do this work for free.
Kinda have to do it for free.
Yeah.
You're a council member now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Basically repurposing one of the computers in the borough.
Very slow, very outdated.
So is that gonna take new software?
We're gonna upgrade the software and I'm gonna upgrade the hardware.
Background and information.
Pardon me?
Background and information. What is your, title and also
I'm a software engineer.
from what school?
Mansfield.
State school.
Yeah.
Graduated class of,
I don't know, is it?
what year did you graduate the class?
Okay, so
Pretty soon?
have you reviewed the scope, and I haven't seen it, and
I reviewed
want to pass it down. Is everybody else familiar with it in the council? Let's pass it around, we'll take it. And,
It's existing, you're just upgrading.
It's just a year.
An existing
Oh, you
computer.
got
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, we can say that.
If we wanted to buy a new computer, that one would cost $4,000.
Okay.
Okay, that's what's.
Hank, will you be doing that in-house in the office?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Bob,
Yes.
did Hank, comment on his ability to do what we need at no charge?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to have, Hank check into getting what materials are needed and, rebuild the computers.
The only thing that I can't do is you'll have to buy the Microsoft software.
Okay, so we're doing both in the.
And that's only a little over $200.
Okay, so Cleo, on your motion, we're doing both, right? The borough and
Yes.
water and sewer?
Both of them.
Bob? Bob?
Hang on a minute, so we're merging it into one computer. Okay, so Cleo made a motion to rebuild one computer for both borough and the water and sewer. Did I get that correct, Cleo? All right, who seconded it? Was that you, Michelle, or?
Yes.
All right, any further discussion on it? Did you have a comment, Cory?
The Cleo said to look into it, and I think we've looked into it, and we need Hank to go ahead with the process.
Yes.
And it doesn't cost us anything, if it doesn't work out, then we'll go another meeting.
Okay, any further discussion?
I think that's what I meant, but.
Yes.
Is there any questions, comments for Hank?
Thank you, Ann.
All right, proceed to vote, roll call vote. Hank?
How much is this gonna cost? Or we just look?
Well, shouldn't Hank abstain since he's gonna be the one
How much do
revealing
you
it?
think you need for money?
Bob?
Yes, sir.
Just the Microsoft. All you'll
Anything
need
to
is,
abstain.
all you'll need is the Microsoft, 2021 license, and that's $220.
That's fine, I didn't know if you need, sorry, I was asking about parts and all that,
And,
memory and,
Adobe.
oh, that's fine. But you
Yeah,
don't need
Andrew,
any
you
more
got all the
memory to
discussion.
buy to put
No.
in there?
I'll take care of all that.
Okay, perfect.
I've got excess hardware that will fit into that machine.
Will you also
Did you
be
get your
updating
questions?
QuickBooks?
Did you
Yes,
have a
I'm
question?
good.
Will
Okay.
you also be updating?
Let's take it
QuickBooks?
If Dana wants me to do that, I'll do that.
Take it to a roll call vote here. Hank, I advise you to abstain. Is that your wish? To abstain from the vote?
Yes.
You're abstaining from the vote, okay. Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Gordy?
Yes.
All yes. Hank abstained. Motion carried. Alright. Approval for council members to contact treasurer.
Well, Bob,
Yeah.
what that amounts to is any questions for the treasurer should go to the borough council secretary, and then she will give that to the correct committee. Because what happened last month is, we had quite an extensive report on the financials for the 6 months. And then I got an email from Cindy later that evening that was asking for the same information. And then when when the treasurer got that, she did, that cost us a lot of money for her to answer, that information that she was looking at when she had it in her packet.
Let's start from square one. Let's go to last month's meeting when I asked if we could all get together and go over these financials before she went any farther. And you said yes. Now wait. You said, yeah, that would be a great idea. So Dana puts it out, and it was a great idea right up until we all started agreeing, and then you said, no, it will cost too much. So I asked a couple questions, and I have my list here. And if you all would like to answer them for me on this page, I'd be more than happy to. I wanna know, I've got a list of them. I compared 2021 to present, and there's a bunch of questions, and there's no reason why I can't have these questions answered. It's nothing bad, I'd like to know how this works. You can't answer it.
Those questions answered, but the thing is, the questions you asked was in your packet.
No, they were not, because no, they were not. There's $69,000 missing out of the library account.
Yes.
Do you know where that is? It could be an investment, it could be a mistake, it could be used for something. Do you know where it's at?
That $69,000 is in her review for the 6 months that she did the profit and loss. It's not missing.
No, it's not in the review, because I looked at all the numbers.
Okay, but anyway, Bob, the bottom line is, give these questions to the secretary, let the secretary give it to the appropriate committee, and then the committee, if they feel that the treasurer needs to answer them, they'll make the decision, because she took up a lot of time with the treasurer at a very expensive dollar amount, which most of that material was answered earlier that night at the council meeting.
Not according to the new treasurer. She thanked me, and I thanked her, and it was a very good communication.
Yeah,
and I pointed out a few things, and she pointed out a few things, and it worked. I'm not sure why you're trying to stop us from learning about this.
I will bring you the questions, I will bring her answers, and I'll also bring her profit and loss for the year, for the first 6 months, and you'll see that it's all answered there. I'll bring that up the next month.
I have a suggestion here. I have a suggestion that we schedule a meeting with the financial committee, because that's the job of the financial committee, is to review the finances. If there are questions, we proceed to get answers from the treasurer. So I mean, I'd like to follow the process. That's my commentary. Do you have a written list?
I have a written list.
So I think Michelle, myself, is already here on the, that's the personnel.
That's the finance.
Who's on the finance? I always forget my list.
You and I are.
Who else?
I guess I am.
Okay. Okay. Or can you email me a copy or paper copy?
I can email you.
Paper is better. That we could write on.
There's a check for you, so.
All right.
Don't sign.
So, can we table this until we get the follow process, and that if we have an additional issue, we'll.
Well, we're not following the process, and that is the process. And the other thing is when.
Hang on, I'm proposing we follow the process, go through, answer, Cindy's questions, and if we have a problem, then we'll address it then. I got the list here right in front of me, seems fair that we go through the list.
Okay, read off the questions.
It's a whole page, man, I'm not spending an hour doing that, so.
All right.
Is that fair, Cindy?
That's fine.
All right. Thank you.
I'm just trying to understand, when you look at the numbers, you can't, and you compare things, and there's things missing and things added, and.
Yep.
Should it be open to the public?
All right.
If it's easier, and you have a meeting, oh, I can't come, sorry.
All right, next item here then, Carl Pax, South County, Water Protection Coalition. Hang on a minute.
Sorry.
Okay, Carl Cox, Water Source Protection Coalition, install water meter monitor at the water plant, need permission to access the equipment in the water facility. So apparently there's a letter here from Carl, basically requesting that. So, I don't know why we just can't go down and see if it's unplugged or something.
What property are you talking about, Bob?
It's at the water plant, the well room.
There's a water meter that needs
No,
repaired?
no, there's a water conductivity meter.
Oh.
When did you notice that this isn't working?
I did not notice it wasn't working. Scott Zubek from the GIS office is the one that's
Okay, when did you notice that?
handling that program, and he said it's been several months that it hasn't been functioning.
So, okay, does he check that on a frequent basis or something? I don't know why it's, I guess this is the
Daily.
first feedback we got on this, so I'm wondering why it took a couple months to get feedback.
The reason why it took time to get feedback is we had to have a coalition meeting to address the issue to how we were gonna move forward. And we don't meet as often as boroughs and commissioners and things.
Okay, go ahead, so.
Several years ago, the Tioga County Source Water Protection Coalition, along with the county commissioners who funded the project, and the county GIS office, who is ramrodding the process of compiling the data, when fracking was starting to ramp up in the area, our county commissioners were concerned that we would have problems like they have out west, where they frack and several months later, people can light their faucets on fire with water running. So the best way to do that was to get some conductivity equipment and put it on the raw water of several water systems in the county. And if an incident happens, the conductivity is gonna be the first thing that changes, and an alarm will go off on the system, and Scott Zubek will get the alarm, and I'm not sure who gets it for Lawrenceville Borough now, whether it goes into the office or where it goes, I have no idea. But we'll have a baseline of information for the conductivity over a period of time, that if there was fracking in the area recently, we can go after the company that did that to make it right, so that you guys don't have to pay to remediate or replace your wells.
Okay, so is everybody familiar with that setup?
Is it already installed or something?
It's already installed, it's been there for a
It's been
couple
there for
years.
several years.
Where's that at?
It's
It's
right
in
next
the
to
water
well.
plant.
Yeah, but what about?
It should be on the raw water side before any treatment.
Yeah, I can show you that right at the well. I'm familiar with it, I've seen it. No, I'm concerned that it has not been working, and this is the first we heard of it. Like, is it alarm for shutting off? I mean, it's obviously alarm for out of tolerance, but if it shuts off, doesn't do any good.
It will not shut your water off.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, what about the data for the last 6 months? You know what I'm saying?
We don't have any data.
That's my point.
That's what we
So
want to
it
do.
doesn't-
We want to get in and find out why it's not transmitting.
Right, and my point is, we need to have an alarm when it doesn't transmit. Because how do you know if the water is good or bad?
That's what we want to do. We want to fix it so it's working properly.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is it's not alarm for when it shuts down. There is two things, when it's out of tolerance, higher level,
Yeah.
then when it goes dead, you told me it took a couple months to figure that out.
No, it's not been a couple months to figure it out. We just
Several months
had
the
a
meter's
source
not working.
water meeting last month.
We could go down and take a look at it. I'd like to have you there, we'll get some,
I do not know anything about the equipment.
Right.
Scott Zubek from the GIS
Yep.
office knows
Yep.
about the equipment. If you want him here, you guys make arrangements with him for a time to have him here.
Yep, understood. All right, thank you.
Got it.
Yeah, you need your address.
It's on here, his email address. But that's Carl though.
Oh, just a second, I'll give you his phone number.
So my point, sir, is we need an alarm for no data. No data is just as bad as out of tolerance data. And it sounds like we don't have an alarm for that.
His work number is 570-723-2853.
And that's Scott?
Scott Zubek, Zubek.
All right, very good. Any comments from the board, questions? All right.
Fix something if you don't know it's not working.
Yeah. All right, deaf sign between Mechanic Street and State Street. So what is the update on that, I guess?
What sign is this?
It's a deaf sign.
Deaf child sign? We voted on that last time.
I thought we discussed this a couple months ago.
It was in April and it went to the committee and it was never brought back.
So then what did the committee decide?
Well, at one time, Gordon said it was the responsibility of the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation because it was.
Where's the location, Bob?
What's that?
Where's the location?
It says
Street and State Street.
Mechanic State Street, between the Mechanic Street, State Street.
Is it
So
Mechanic?
we have,
Isn't
that
it
would
just
be
Mechanic Street?
Franklin Street, Cherry Street, or Cross Street.
It's it's actually Mechanic Street. They live in the low income housing.
Okay.
It should be posted between Cross and State.
Okay, so apparently the committee didn't review this, so what,
I'm ready.
what's the update there then?
Hold on.
What do we wanna do?
That's a state, that's a state road?
Mechanic Street?
Yes.
It's Mechanic and State.
But it's on.
It's on.
So it's truly on Mechanic Street? I haven't, where,
You said
what's
between
the
It's
Cross
out
address?
and
in low
State.
income housing next to the big park.
Yeah.
Mechanic State.
It's
You
that low
you should
income
have
housing
it for
one.
both.
It's
And
a
I-
borough,
and I-
it's borough.
And I did some due diligence for you guys. I went on Amazon and looked it up for you. You're talking about a sign that's gonna cost the borough $20. So if you get two signs, oh my gosh, you're looking at $40. And then if you hang it on a sign that already exists so that, say for example, they're looking at the speed they should theoretically be driving at, there'd be the sign that says, oh, by the way, watch out.
Yeah, okay. We're trying to figure out where it is, okay?
She didn't say anything.
So the point I'm trying to make here is, if we have the address, right, all we need to do is vote. That's all we gotta do.
I think the problem that you're running into, Bob,
Okay.
in all due respect to this,
Okay, what do we
is
wanna
that
do? What does the council wanna do? Roll
I
call
thought
vote.
we,
Wow.
Make a motion.
this is a property of low income, and that's when you should contact the low income, find out they have a deaf
I
person
don't
over
think
there
you
and
need
have
to
everything.
advertise the location of the boy's house. That's not appropriate.
I make a motion, I make a motion the borough purchase.
The guy-
Deaf signs and have, Mark Dave install them.
I second it.
Thank you.
Bob,
Hang on.
Then only a certain area, it doesn't have to be the whole street, right?
No, it's between Cross and State Street.
So yeah, if you have,
One on each direction.
if you have one sign,
Both direction on each street.
Right.
yeah,
Or two. Four.
Two signs.
2 or 4?
Two.
What was your motion?
My
Let's-
motion
let's
is to
say-
purchase
Hang on,
the
Gordy,
signs.
hang on. What was your
What was
motion?
your motion?
I thought we were talking,
How many
like
signs?
back to back. So you needed
What's
both
your motion?
directions on Mechanic Street, and you needed on both
So
directions
you're
on
saying
State
four?
Street.
Two signs.
Four signs.
4 signs.
What street is the apartment on?
Hang on a minute, I'm trying to get the motion, alright? So Cleo made a motion to buy 4 deaf signs and have, Borough install.
And
Alright,
I second it.
Michelle seconded.
Be-
Now, hang on,
before-
hang on. Is that your motion?
Yes.
Alright, let's open up for discussion from the council. What are the details?
What apartment do they live in, and what's the address of the apartment?
What does that matter?
Not ask that.
I don't think it's necessary to worry
It's
about
not
that.
necessary to know, Gordy.
Anything else? For
Well, we
somebody
do not
else.
have a deaf person living there.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Obviously, it's a deaf sign.
That child, since he's been a baby, living there.
Okay, any further
Not
discussion?
everybody's as
Okay, it's up for vote.
Just hang on. Do we have any further discussion?
No.
Is the apartment on State Street?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Guys,
matter.
guys,
Spell it for him.
MECHANIC STREET.
alright.
Who's the guy's ass?
Cleo made a motion to
Why is
buy
that?
4 deaf signs and have her own.
Wow.
Michelle, seconded, roll call vote. Hank,
Yes, for the
Oh
sign.
my God.
Cleo,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Drop the beer and have.
myself, yes. Cindy,
Yes.
Gordy.
Yes.
Alright, motion carried. We'll need to get those spec'd out and ordered. I don't know what to talk to.
I'll do it.
Thank you. We need to figure out if we have, polls too, or, yeah,
I'll figure it out.
thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Next item, added questions from council members, Ron Abel, like welcome signs coming into Lawrenceville, from Route 15 and Route 49 for the United Methodist Church. Mantle's asking this comment, or asking this, I guess, so. Does anybody have any details on that? Mantle's not here, and I hate to vote on things when someone's not here if we don't know any details.
I suggest you table it.
Does anybody know any details? Let's table it then, guys.
Next three things.
All right, Caleb Geis, Mansell Dell, so Caleb's here, he's asking, handed us the reports. I'm assuming Mansell's asking about payment, it's not specific here, but I'm assuming he's asking payment. So, he presented the reports, my issue is, Jimmy Joe hasn't gotten back to us yet. Dana contacted him today, so, I think we are taking too long on this, so I'd like to see a motion that we make a motion to pay Caleb Geis based upon good faith that his reports are correct.
I make a motion to pay Caleb Geis.
Oh, wow.
I'll second. Check's already been written.
All right, Cleo seconded. Hang on here. Michelle made the motion, right?
Yes.
Okay, any further discussion? Motion to pay Caleb Geis remaining fees.
Had the checks with you?
Yes, it is.
We do have it.
Yes.
I don't have it on me.
We have it ready, but not on.
Okay, roll call vote. Hank?
Yes, I am.
Cleo?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Michelle? Myself, yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Gordy?
Yes.
Motion carried? All yes. brought forth by Mansell. Does anybody, I don't know what there's no other details here, so.
Just table it till Mansell's around.
Cindy.
No table.
You know about it.
Well, why did we get a bill for playground mulch when it's not playground mulch? And where's the certification if it is playground mulch that I'm being told it is?
Can I answer the question? I don't know.
What was the question?
Why are we paying, go ahead, sorry. say it.
Why are we paying for playground mulch when it's not playground mulch?
Well, that's why I said, we'll table it till Mansell can tell us, what the stuff is. He's the one that has the complaint. Or if you have the complaint,
I have the
we'll get the
complaint too.
information from you.
Why are we paying for mulch, plain old mulch? And why does our bill say playground mulch when it isn't?
That's your opinion. Until it's proven wrong, it's playground.
Okay, show me the certification. Show me where that company even manufactures playground mulch.
We ban playground mulch, okay? Now, if it's not playground mulch, then we'll move on and we'll prosecute the person that sold us to us as playground mulch.
We should look into it.
Yes,
You're good.
there's no
You
certificate.
have an arborist in
So
the
hang
room
on,
that could
guys.
answer that
Hang on.
question.
Hang on a minute. So the recommendation was that the invoice says playground mulch, right?
Yeah,
And if the.
State certified?
no, it says playground mulch,
Okay.
100 cubic yards playground
If the
mulch.
council doesn't believe it's playground mulch, then someone make a motion to contact the vendor and ask them for the certificate. Or where they got it. That's simple.
Bob,
What?
I'll make a motion that Mansell and Bell look into it on whether or not that's playground mulch is certified.
We've already called them once. And they said they don't sell playground mulch. And
Yeah,
they're
I-
not the ones we're getting the billing from.
Okay, I just made a motion, I'm looking for a second.
Hang on, trying to write it down. It's hang on.
Okay.
He's
It's
ignoring.
on the table.
So do we
Hang on.
contact Mike Morris or do we contact?
Richardson made a motion to have Mansell contact vendor to check on certificate of mulch, I guess. Is there a second?
Somebody already did that.
I'll say.
Okay, so we have a motion, it was seconded by, Cleo. Any further discussion? Cindy?
No.
So I did talk to
Yeah.
Mike.
Exactly.
All right,
I asked him today, and he basically come back to me and said, I didn't get a hold of them, I asked him for this receipt. And he said, we tried, we couldn't get a hold of him, he's been busy, but I assure you, it's a mix of hardwood cedar that is required, that's right from him,
okay.
so.
Okay, then ask him if we can get the certification.
I did, and that's part of my message, and that's what I got, so.
Okay, Cleo, did you have a comment or something?
He said no.
Okay, so you have a motion seconded, any further discussion? Roll call vote, again, we're voting to have Mansell contact the vendor to check on certificate of mulch. That's the motion.
That goes back to the billing, so we voted to pay for the bill, but now we're questioning the veracity of the playground mulch. Shouldn't
No,
we hold that money?
We're not questioning it, Mansell's questioning it.
No, I'm questioning it too. Because
Okay,
we're
you
putting
do
out
Mansell.
$4,600 for something that isn't worth $4,600.
So hang on, so here's the challenge, we got a motion on the floor, the motion's been seconded, we either vote yes or no for the motion, that's how the procedure goes, right? We vote it down, then we make another motion to address the concerns of the council. Is there any further discussion?
I object. There is,
Roll call vote, thank you.
He's not gonna let me talk.
Yes, we need to do the research.
Yeah, Cleo,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
myself, yes.
Yes, the research.
Gordy, sir,
Yes.
motion carried.
I have an objection. Was this passed in the billing? Was the billing passed?
Yes.
So I have an actual legal objection that you can't go back and re-vote on something that's already been motioned
So this
without
is
amending the
looking
motion.
for
No,
the,
we're not
as we
doing
said,
that.
the certificate. So, all right. Water Sewer Department Committee report on meeting this past month with engineer and report on DEP hearing, outcome of hearing, next step for DEP, Cindy Burrows. That's the next item on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's.
So my understanding, this is still, being worked out by the solicitor and, DEP solicitor, so, I think we have to go to executive if we wanna talk details.
No.
Okay.
Do we wanna do
Well,
that?
It's sitting in the
It's sitting in the
Proprietary's
Proprietary's office now, waiting for the judge's signature.
That's
it's
fine,
already
but
been
we
worked
still
out.
have that received
I wanna hear
confirmation.
it.
So we wanna go to.
You wanna get rest of this stuff done, and then we can do,
Yes.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you get to the
We
other
might have
stuff
an hour
and then
in
you
public
guys can
comments.
go.
if we don't have time.
All right,
Right.
This is not a topic that you discuss with the public.
I know, that's what I said.
Why
I
not? Maybe it's tomorrow
I
anyhow.
just explained why.
All of us.
Okay,
Public money
so-
was paying.
One meeting a month.
Proprietaries.
Oh, I didn't
You're
know.
okay with?
We were the ones
Everybody
that
okay
were.
with? Everybody, the council's okay with tabling this? to-
Yes.
All right, and we'll go to executive meeting. All right. Public questions, Ehrlich weed remediation, Cat Elgamall. This is your time now to, public comments and questions. So all those that I tabled or held off, this is your time. So please step up, introduce yourself, and, ask your question, and we'll see where it goes.
Diana Lewis, I have a question about updating the computers by a council member. He can't legally update those computers. He can go in and erase whatever he wants to erase. He has no right to touch those computers. It needs to be an outside vendor. That's
Well,
against
then
the law.
pay an outside vendor instead of getting it done for free.
It's against the law, Michelle.
Michelle,
Yeah.
that's her opinion, that's fine.
Gordy, that's not my opinion. It's against the law.
Well, what law, what's the number of the law?
Secretary.
Council member cannot touch a computer.
Bob, this is, we've already voted on that.
Yep.
All right, okay. Anybody else?
Okay, so, hang on a second.
Please come up to the table.
So actually, given the fact that I am actually,
Go ahead, Kat.
please, given the fact that I am in a position and recording this, I'm gonna sit right where I'm at.
Please come up, please come up.
I heard you.
Thank you.
Kat Helgamo, and I'm down on Mechanic Street. So my two questions, I'm actually going to hand this over to Amos Rodriguez, who is a certified arborist. And the first part of it is the weed remediation from Ehrlich's. Now, I'm not seeing any evidence of weed remediation. Have we gotten the contract created with Ehrlich's, and have we had them come in to do that work?
Bob?
Yes.
Back when Catherine was the borough president, last ago, to also do it, as far as Ehrlich goes, Ehrlich doesn't do any cutting, all they do is spray the whip.
That's exactly right. My question specifically, Mr. Chilson, was whether or not we actually got the Ehrlich's contract and had them come and do the weed remediation, and whether or not we've had a bill and has it been paid. That's a simple question.
And the
Yes
answer is no,
or
because
no?
the committee reviewed it, and the recommendation was to hold off to mid-year because the weeds were not high on the riprap at that time.
And it looks
And they
like
don't
this.
prevent weed growth. They only kill.
And Ehrlich, right, and Ehrlich said,
Remember, Cindy?
Ehrlich said that they would not do that last year or this year.
So do you have a quote, a new quote from Amos?
This is not a matter of any kind of a contract that I'm looking to have with Amos Rodriguez. I brought him to come and look
But he hasn't paid.
at the dike because of his significant degree of expertise, and have him talk to us about the issues that we have with the dikes in Lawrenceville.
Yeah, so we had a pre-bid meeting and no one showed.
Including
Where
you.
was that posted?
That was posted in the newspaper.
What newspaper?
Which newspaper?
It was in the, penny saver.
Oh, and
Also,
the Dollar Saver.
it was also done last fall. We
Okay.
had no bids.
No goods. No bids.
No
No bids.
No bids.
Well, when you contact the DEP and the regulating bodies,
Are you Amos?
I'm Amos Rodriguez.
Sorry, I don't know you.
I wanna announce myself,
Yes, thank you.
introduce myself. I'm Amos Rodriguez. I'm here on behalf of not just Lawrenceville Township Borough, but just a concerned citizen. There are things and issues that need to be remediated. Gordy.
You're speaking to
Oh,
Yeah.
Counselor.
Council. No disrespect.
Yeah, go ahead.
Clear floor.
Go ahead.
I only am talking to the air at this point.
We're listening.
Thank you, sir. There are issues that probably no one understands, but people in my position. And I have certifications and qualifications that are above and beyond people in this area.
Well, what we should do is we should re-advertise it, and maybe for the third time, maybe somebody will show up and bid on it.
Well,
Did you see the bid or did you not?
no, I did not see the bid.
I'm just asking, I don't know.
I
don't
did
know
not
this
see
or
the
not.
bid. There was issues and concerns with this bid issuance.
What are
One
the
was
issues and
COVID,
concerns?
one was COVID.
Okay.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead, you're fine, just keep rolling, we're listening, we're all ears.
Thank you.
Yep,
One was COVID,
yep,
right? Because this gets an issue that says that I didn't respond last year, which is incorrect. I was contacted 2 years ago. So now this issue is concerning 2 years, which we have 2 years of growth. Which means larger trees, larger issue, larger dike problems.
more work.
Thank you. When I was originally contacted with this issue, I was given a scope of A to B. And A to B is fine. But I used a calculation and I said, I don't think you know what you're dealing with, because somewhere, some way, somebody said, we'll take care of all this. Well, the Army Corps of Engineers
Yep, go ahead.
will not be okay with, we'll take care of this, when nobody's taking care of it. When they come and they see that no remediation measures have been taking place for X amount of years, there will be a civil penalty, which is a fine.
Well, the best of my knowledge, Bob, the only thing we've had is either a fail or a pass. We've never had any fine.
Okay, so at the beginning there, we talked about, during the committee reports, we're going to, re-whack the swale, like, not the swale, around
By the gate.
the gates and exercise
Yes.
the gates, right? So, can you do the heavy brush that's south of 287 on the dike?
Yes, sir. If there is monetary value that will meet the demands that will apply to my,
Okay. So,
okay.
I think thank you. So I think one of the recommendations here, do you have any other questions or comments?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. So I think the recommendation that Cleo had or somebody had, let's re-advertise, or maybe it was Gordy, let's re-advertise the job and do a pre-bid meeting again, and hopefully we get, bids to do the job.
In major leading papers, not just the Dollar Saver and the Penny Saver. leading papers.
There you go.
So the issue is, we need to add this to the agenda, so someone needs to make a motion to add this to the agenda.
I make a motion to add to the agenda.
Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
Made a motion to add that to the agenda.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second it.
We do have AC on, actually. Doors
Wide open.
not open. Leo, you seconded that? All right, so Michelle made a motion to add advertising dike maintenance to the agenda. Leo seconded. I don't know if we need any discussion, but roll call vote. Is there any discussion, I guess?
One motion.
We're just motion.
No, it has to be a certain size, discussion, acreage. There's a lot of issue that has to happen.
So
There's governing body, there's govern.
Just hang on a second, we're just
There's-
making a motion to add this.
But there's governing bodies that are larger than you that will give you civil fees if you do not cooperate.
We're not saying we're not cooperating.
Okay, I'm
We're
just telling
We're
you.
just adding it forward.
We're
Thank
trying to
you,
move this
thank
forward
you.
here. Discussion?
I said thank you.
Hank,
Add
vote
it
yes
to
or
the
no?
agenda, yes or
Roll
no?
call vote.
Yes, add to the agenda.
Leo,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Cory.
Yes.
Cindy's not here. All yes. Except Cindy. All right. All right. So do we want to cover that now, or do we want to continue with the public comment?
I'll make a motion to advertise it and start it then in the coordinator.
You can't, I mean, you gotta do it at a penny saver. The coordinator, that's just bad.
Coordinator,
That-
yeah.
They don't have anybody in Corey.
Mm-hmm.
They're like California, whatever.
Okay.
What?
But we could
They're not being
have,
cheap.
we have a classified, you can put a $60 ad in the penny saver and
Right.
the local people are gonna read it. You put it in the Corey leader, nobody's gonna read that. And I could put the ad in a week from today.
Okay, week from today.
Hang on. What was your motion, Leo,
He
the
said
leader?
Star Gazette.
I said Star Gazette and leader, but well, you don't seem to think,
The leader's worth it.
Pennsylvania dollar savers.
No,
No.
the penny saver, the dollar saver is that
Second.
good.
Did you second?
Well, that's a fair
So which
question.
papers? Just the
Hang on,
motion.
I'm trying to get this written down here. All right, so we have a motion that's been seconded by Michelle. Cleo made a motion to advertise dike maintenance, bid request, I guess, right? Bid in Star Gazette and Corning League,
Is it
For?
a request or a walkthrough?
For what?
dike maintenance.
All of borough dike maintenance.
That's close enough, and then we'll work out we'll work out the ad. Okay, so, any further discussion from the council?
Bob,
Go ahead.
we're gonna have to get somebody to do that ad in the penny saver, or excuse me, in the Corning leader in the Star Gazette, because that is a complicated mess.
I agree.
That would be good for the
I don't
secretary.
know who's gonna do it,
She's
but
there
that's a
for it.
mess.
Okay, any further discussion? Cindy, did you hear the motion? Second. Any further discussion?
No.
Okay, roll call vote. Hank?
Yes, let's advertise it in
Yes.
one leading papers.
Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Cory?
Yes,
All yes. Motion carried.
and now we need a motion on who's gonna do this.
Dana, is that something that you could do?
Yes.
Dana, is that something you can do? Let's just have Dana do it.
Okay.
Is that okay, Dan?
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Okay.
All right, did you have anything else, sir? Concerning the dike?
No, sir.
Okay. So what'll
The
happen,
largest tree
so what'll happen here then is, basically, we'll work out a advertisement for the paper. We'll have a pre-bid meeting, and we'll walk the dike and get feedback from the vendors, and then they'll submit their bids, whatever the time frame is. I don't know, we'll have to figure out the time frame, so.
The time frame should be important because there are people looking down on.
Yep, I understand.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. All right, you're all set then. Let's go back to the public questions. Or like weed remediation.
Yeah, we did that already. Get down to, repaint,
Yeah,
re-letter.
I'm trying to get the agenda read off, okay? Contract with tree removal from levy, Cat Ellen. Try to get everybody organized here, Cat, just take a breath. Go ahead. Now we're, you're on.
Okay, well, I would be on, the third bullet point that says results of court issue with DEP and the timetable to complete the items stipulated. You guys will go into executive session and talk about that, and then I will be getting the PDF copy from, the courthouse tomorrow, and I will be uploading that for all of us in the residence. So we will see what it is that you're talking about.
25 cents a copy.
No, we won't have to do that.
Any other questions, comments? Repaint, re-letter, vinyl covering for borough sign in front of office.
I have
Wait a
had,
minute,
I
this
have-
is the same bullet point.
this is, it's right here.
Okay.
I have had a number of people, approach me and say that, the sign that sits in front of the borough office is just, I guess the best word to use is pathetic. It needs to be repainted, it needs to be relettered. It really all needs now to say the Lawrenceville Borough office, and then, the office phone number. That's all that really needs to be there, so if you just have, maybe it would be less expensive to vinyl cover.
Terry offered to do it for free.
But if it's gonna be painted, it's gonna need to be scraped, and is he talking about re-lettering it?
I don't know, just said online.
So- So that's something to consider, but, that would be, I think, in the best interests of the town to get that updated.
Okay, so you got, one other item here, the flag disposal.
I'm just asking a question on that. I noticed that there's a new flag, and I was just wondering about it, and then the other thing I was wondering is, are we gonna keep that flag up at night? Because if we're gonna keep the flag up at night, it probably would be a nice idea to have a light shining on
Supposed to
it.
be lit at night.
That's not required anymore.
Yes.
Yes,
Why?
It certainly is.
All right, hang on here.
A solar light will work.
So,
Just a solar one on top is fine.
And to dispose of a flag, just get it to the
hang on a
American
minute,
Legion.
hang on a minute. So,
Simple as that.
are there any other comments? We can add these items to the agenda and handle them, or do we wanna just, is there further discussion
From the public minutes,
from the public? Is there?
I tried.
I have one other.
No, I'm not gonna shut you down. What I'm, yes is the answer then, right? There's more commentary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Alright,
you
so
have
let's-
to do is get the flags to the
Yeah.
American
We
Legion,
know how to take that.
period.
Okay.
Michelle, stop being so disrespectful.
All right.
and
so-
so
I say the
forth.
word.
Guys.
You know what?
Yes, you
Hang on.
are.
You are
Michelle,
disrespectful.
Michelle,
You are.
we can make a motion and handle the issue, or we can fight about it. Do we wanna fight about it, or do we
No.
wanna fix it?
I'm still waiting for the.
All right,
It's fixed.
so hang on. I am at the Boy Scouts. I do all that stuff, so, yeah, all right.
I'm a weirdo.
So, alright, so, guys, we gotta do things decently in the morning, alright? So repaint, re-letter, do we wanna we add that to the agenda tonight to look at, refurbishing, replacing, whatever the word is, the borough sign? Do we wanna add that to the agenda? If so, make the motion, we'll add it to the agenda, and then we'll determine a path.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second it.
I know.
Alright, we have a motion made by Cindy to add a borough sign to the agenda, seconded by Hank. Roll call vote. Hank?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Gordy?
Yes.
Alright, so what do we wanna do here with the sign? What does the, council wanna do with the sign? We don't have any information in front of me, so we would have to gather information, get quotes. Someone said from the public that there's a volunteer willing to do it. We need to get the information in front of the council. So, what do we wanna do, council?
I suggest that we, contact the person that did the sign at, Powers Cemetery and get something similar to that.
You wanna make that a motion?
Yeah, I make the motion to contact the person that did the Powers Cemetery sign and get something similar to that.
Second.
Alright, so Michelle, second.
They also did the one across from Rouse's.
Yes.
Wait, what? No, not the one, not Rotzel's, no, the one that's right in front of the borough office.
We know.
Let's
I'm sorry.
let's not confuse the issue here. I'll read back the, motion, so everybody's crystal clear. Gordy made a motion to have borough contact vendor who made Powers Cemetery sign and get quote, I guess?
Yes.
No, we don't, we're not using that.
Well, have Brenda call Cindy Losi. She has that information.
Alright, so any further discussion from the council on the motion? If not, we'll go to a roll call vote. Hank?
Yes.
Cleo?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Myself, yes.
Yes.
Cindy, yes. Gordy?
Who seconded it?
Me.
Michelle did.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Motion carried. Alright, very good. What else is on there?
We have one more.
Hang on a minute, right? I'm forgetting something.
About my property.
I'm ready. I have an axe painted 7 different colors.
I guess that was it. Okay. Let's open the floor back up, go ahead.
I just hadn't heard, at the beginning of the meeting that it was identified that the council members and police department names are incorrect on the agenda.
Sorry?
If you look at the list on the agenda of council
Hank's
members.
not on there, I noticed that.
Yeah, Hank's not on there, and if you look at police department, it's got Scott Shutt and Jeremy Cook, and it should be Brad Wilson and, Chris Bradman. So Jeremy Cook hasn't been around for quite a while, as I'm aware of.
Brad Watson and
Chris Bradman,
Brackman.
BRACK-MAN.
Any other corrections there?
Well, yeah, actually,
I have a public discussion
Hang on a
issue.
minute, Did you have
so
anything
Dana,
else?
could you do me a
Hang on a
favor?
minute. Kathy, right?
No.
Did you have anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
So Dana, this is just for me to you. Can you just kinda go into my last name? And it's 2 E's and an O.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Please. It's okay because everybody does it.
I should know your last name too,
Mine, no.
no, Kathy Knoll, right?
It's E-L-E, correct?
HELGEMO.
Who wants to go next from the floor?
Public discussion, right?
Exactly.
Amos Rodriguez, RODRIGUEZ. Are you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mill Street was supposed to be completed with the paving. The marks on the street have been there since I put cinders on.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's an important street, but there's multiple people that wanna be tapped into the system. Sewer, water, whatever. I'm not getting into it. Why has the street not been corrected with paving, which marks have been drawn, and they said that it was gonna be completed by July 31st. What's today? Oh, god damn it, it's August.
If you can't be respectful.
I can be respectful. I'm allowed to swear. I'm 21 years old. I
Not in
can.
here.
Yes.
Alright, hang on.
Why?
I don't know who's speaking.
Gordy, hang on.
Gordon.
Alright, so.
His name is Rodriguez. Rodriguez.
Alright, so Gordy and I painted the lines on the street, so I'm well aware how long they've been there.
Yeah.
I would like it to be done, because I live on the street, and we've been.
You live on Mill Street?
Yes, I do. We've been.
So does
arguing
Jack
with
Young.
Been arguing with
God
this
rest his soul.
for 5 years or more on this project, so I would like it to be fixed.
I would
we just.
too.
Hang on a minute.
I'm sorry for interrupting, Mr. Sir. So I don't know your name.
So basically,
Mr. Sir.
we had an update here, during the committee's update, which was, Gordy gave the update that we're seeking requotes because the dollar amount was too high. I think it was $20-some thousand, so that's why.
It's probably because of fuel.
That's why, exactly.
Yes.
But we are seeking, so we are respectful of taxpayers' money, right? So we're trying to requote the job.
Yeah, sure.
Listen, I'm listening, sir. Your name is?
My name's Bob Pinto. The guy
I'm
who
sorry.
made on all the signs, you know.
The sign.
Sign guy.
The sign guy.
Yeah.
Got it. I got signs.
So basically, in my opinion, we're looking for a second quote. Which seems fair, you quote things out, right?
For sure. I'm a business owner, a small business owner.
Right.
So are you.
So when we get a second quote, we'll bring the job and we'll award the bid if it's acceptable to the council. That's how it works, right? The council
Understand.
accepts the bid
I'm not
or
arguing
rejects
that.
it, so.
I'm not arguing that. I just was bringing up a point that was driven home that this project would be completed by this date, regardless of issues and.
See, the challenge is the regardless of, that's hard. Right?
Bob?
Yes,
Who's talking?
Amos.
Amos Rodriguez.
Okay, I think you better look at the minutes. You're
I will.
You're misinformed about the July deadline for repairing the road.
Okay, I would love to look at those minutes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
I do.
Go ahead. What's your name, miss?
My name is Angelina Barton. I represent Ion Media LLC. I am press. And I just want to lead with obviously the concerns about motions about Hank working on a computer. Hank is not on the agenda as a council member, and I just want to make sure that that's getting fixed.
He's what?
Not on the agenda as a council member.
Yeah, we addressed that.
Yeah, so that was my initial statement.
Okay. I took roll call, go up there in the beginning, so.
That's okay. So is it normal for the president to have to approve any copies of meeting agendas or minutes that have been approved from the borough office? Is it practice for the president of the council to have to personally approve any request for documents at the borough office?
One more time for the people in the back.
I still don't understand.
Is it common practice for Lawrenceville Borough president to have to approve every single request for public documents at the borough office? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Gordy,
Are you? wait a
copying
second,
from
wait a
Florida?
second. Are you the right to know person? Have you filled out all this stuff in that, Dana?
The right to know?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, I mean, I can copy and give over.
No, there's a right to know, there's a whole.
I actually have the legislation sitting.
No.
I
Yes.
I did not approve anything. On her questions, I put the committee that should address them on her
It's
questions.
not, it's
It's
not
a
a
public
committee, it's
document.
public.
It's a public document.
I'll tell you what I requested, just so we're transparent about
I
exactly
put
what I
it in the finance
requested.
committee or the sewer and water committee, whatever. I did not approve questions. I just addressed it. What committee should answer them?
No, Mr. President, you actually declined my request for public agendas and meeting minutes that have been approved.
what you said?
Am I going to be allowed to go down to the borough office and pay for copies of those documents? Even though you assured me back in, I think it was May, that I could come down and be in the book.
get copies either by her phone or by paying for them.
Yep, we follow policy.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, but you didn't, so is it common practice to have these documents approved to the president council is my actual question.
I don't have an answer because I don't know what that.
I don't know what transpired.
Right.
I met with Dana, I'm sure she'd probably be more than happy to share our experience with you.
You should be able to go down and get them.
No
Pay
matter
for them,
where
take
you
pictures
live.
of them.
Yeah, where I live is not relevant.
You
I'm
can live in
registered
Timbuktu
media
if
with,
you
I'm
wanna know
registered
what's
media
going
with the
on.
state of Pennsylvania. That
Yeah,
means
what is the weather like in Florida?
He is respectful, please.
He's on his house.
He's not in Florida.
Can we close the door, by the way? The AC's on. Here.
AC's on? That's hilarious.
In the past 3 meetings that I have attended, there has been a problem approving minutes for prior meetings, which is stopping me from having access to them. Is there any deadline on when these meeting minutes are going to be?
They've been
put
approved at
together?
every meeting I remember, so I don't understand.
I asked for them and I was
They've been
told-
approved.
Are they going into the book?
Once they're approved,
Which months are you saying are not approved?
I asked for months that were approved, and
So
with those public agendas, I was denied those documents as
So
well.
which months are you saying are missing?
Any ones that are done, I don't know what's missing. If
what are you
think they're
asking
done-
for?
How far back?
Whatever's complete, yeah, to, January.
So
To
which,
change, thank you.
There's some
January.
issues with,
so which,
meetings and agendas from before December, so I'm not trying to ask for documents that don't exist.
yeah,
I just asked for what was.
so what, where are we up to, Dana?
To May.
All the way back?
To January, yes.
I have no idea.
How about December?
Yeah, I think December.
Because the last time I looked at the book, the last
I don't know, I have to look
entry
at it.
was November. So from
Right.
December to the date, there were no minutes in the book.
So were they approved? I don't even know.
I don't know.
They all should have been.
I thought they were.
They're normally approved per following meeting.
Right,
So
I
you should
understand.
be all
All I'm asking is
July.
were they approved?
I believe they were.
And they're not legal until after they're approved at the following meeting. Like you can't get information for this meeting
Yeah, I understand.
until after the next meeting.
Okay.
And I actually, would like to make a suggestion, so per the Sunshine Act, there's rules in there, since the public comments seem to take a really long time. Public comment meeting could easily be held before the monthly meeting or after, just to kind of make sure that you guys can get some good work done. I think that it's worth looking into and maybe discussing just a public comment meeting. If we can, pay for, Dyke advertising here, and I have this ad, just wanna remind everybody. Sealed bids were accepted and closed no longer after Monday, June 27th. The meeting that was held was on June 30th at 7 PM at the Borough Building. I actually attended that meeting and I live streamed that meeting. The only council member that showed up to that meeting was Mr. Chilson. So there was actually no formal meeting held to accept bids. So that was $45.
Were there any bids?
There is, I don't know, it was Monday, it's supposed to be announced, at the meeting. So you announced that there was no bids
So what,
from Monday, that would have had to be submitted by Monday the 27th.
so I don't think there were any bids, right, Gordy?
For what?
So why would I bid on something I don't know the details about until June?
Any bids for what, Bob?
Can you update him what?
The meeting that was scheduled for June 30th required the closed bids to be submitted by Monday, June 27th.
We didn't get any bids.
That's what I thought. No bids.
Reverse there, but they
And the
reversed.
bids were to be open, the
Okay,
bids were
but I
to be
can't
open
bid on
in
a
July,
project I
on
don't
July
have any
5th.
details about.
Remember, Gordy, that's when they reversed the dates?
Yeah,
The dates
Yeah.
were backwards for that one?
yeah,
So
I
the ad was
understood
screwed
that,
up?
yeah.
The ad was screwed up, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they had the meeting
but the
after
thing is,
the
is-
bids were done, due.
The thing is, Bob, is Catherine Helderman did the advertisement last fall. Nobody showed up. I did the advertisement here 60 days
showed
ago.
up.
Nobody showed up.
And we just made a motion to advertise it anyways, and we haven't awarded the work, so.
Right.
If I could just add that the cost of advertising, for the dike maintenance is probably more or less than what it would cost to advertise for a special public meeting for just comments, which the Sunshine Act rules don't all apply to. So So I think it would be really helpful to see if we can get some more work done during our public meetings here, and by moving public comment to a separate occasion.
Okay.
Okay. And I did actually request the certification letter, which is supposed to be attached to the invoice for the playground mulch. That was in my list also that I presented to Dana. She did take a copy of it, so I'm hoping that I get some kind of correspondence that I can send back. Is there any kind of expectation maybe that you can give me?
That's what we
We made a motion to have
we made a
Mansell
motion on that.
get it, so.
Is it gonna be a problem since copies are expensive? Should I bring paper or? I got paper. Thank you guys very much.
Any other comments?
I have a question. The dikes are supposed to be mowed twice a year. Now, we missed the deadline for, I think it was July, it was supposed to be mowed. And they're supposed to be mowed in October. Are we even looking to see if anybody would mow them?
Ed, we just made a motion to advertise maintenance of the dikes. We just made a motion to do that. In the beginning, Gordy told you that the workers are gonna be down mowing the dikes between now and then.
Yeah, but that's just the top of it, that's not the sides. I mean, I've seen Martin, I believe, riding up and down the side where it's down near, Lafarge's. You know, just having a good old time going up and down the hill. But I mean, when it gets down further, down Mechanic Street, there's no way in hell you're gonna get a riding mower up and down that hill. You know, you need to get a boom mower or people with, weed whackers or something. Because it's an extreme decline.
And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna advertise for the maintenance of it. That's what the council just decided on. I understand what you're saying, I understand it's steep, but we can't do anything about that.
I know, council members all know that this has to be done twice a year and they keep putting it off. Last year, we didn't
We
get
don't have any
nobody.
bids. How do you want us to do it? Well, we could all
If
do
you
what
need
you
to,
did. I
get the
guess.
weed whackers out of your damn outhouse and come down there and weed whack.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, Ed?
Actually, yes, I was thinking about it. So who right now is, let's rephrase that. Are our water and sewer, department bills still being run through the CPA out of Wellsboro? Okay, who is handling the accounts for the water and sewer department?
I am.
I like to know that myself because I got a
40?
$540
What's that?
water bill.
Who's handling the water and sewer bills?
Right now, we're
Yes.
switching it over to, doing it locally.
I got a $540.
So is that gonna be the CPA that you've hired for, I think you quoted it as $200+ an hour?
EPA.
Is it the
or
CPA?
No,
It's the accountant,
we're-
the accountant.
maintenance.
No, the accountant in Lawrenceville, we are,
Okay. He's trying
removing
to answer
them
your
from.
question. Are you done?
No.
Oh, no,
Then why are you asking?
Say this again about the Wells CPA in Wellsboro, I couldn't hear.
Well, we got some
Well, we got
discussion
somebody
going on
talking.
here. Can you please come to the table, or we get one person talking at a time here?
I apologize.
Go
No,
ahead.
I was
Go ahead.
just asking why my water bill is up to $550.
I don't know, how many gallons did you buy?
I don't know, because, you know, I don't read the meters. But I've never paid over $120 in a given month for water.
Ed, I can't discuss
And
it
then-
without knowing it's in your bill, so we could discuss this all night,
And
but
then
I
the
don't have the bill.
maintenance fee
Do we have
is
any bills in front of us?
$7.50, but my sewer maintenance fee was $250.
It's probably 3 months.
Maintenance fee, okay? $7.50 for water. The sewer fee was $2.50 a
I guess
month
we learned
for
these.
sewer.
can we just stop down at the office, we'll review it with the secretary, and we'll get some details on the table, bring your bills with you, she'll check her files.
We can't fix it.
We're all speculating here, because we don't have the data in front of us. Is that acceptable?
Well, whenever the office is open. When is it
Okay,
gonna be?
very good. Any other questions?
So for the record, Dana is now handling the water and sewer billing,
Yes.
all of them,
Yes.
effective when?
I think it was last Thursday.
Okay,
Okay, are you also, are
Any
you?
questions, get up.
Yeah.
is the insurance company with the borough still BGK Insurance, or did that change because the policy was up?
Kat, are you going next, or
I asked that question.
are you, she
Sure.
was,
So,
After
we're on the same page. So, is the insurance company, for the borough still DGK?
did we vote to change it?
Okay, and so back to you, Dana, so are you actually working within the, software accounts?
Yes, the diversified.
Okay,
Yes.
diversified? And will you be creating the billing, the monthly billing statements for the water and sewer department?
Yes,
Okay, so then, are you a secretary or are you a treasurer?
I am a secretary.
Doing treasurer's work?
Treasurer doesn't do the billing, Bob.
Thank you for those answers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have your bond paperwork?
Any other questions?
Yeah, was official action taken to switch from the Knoxville person who was doing the billing for water and sewer after a CPA somewhere else was, to her?
No.
Shouldn't it have? Is it possibly something that needs to be?
Knoxville was
No.
never.
Knoxville was never doing the
Wellsboro.
water. That's Knoxville.
Oh, it's Knoxville?
I'm not gonna argue that. I know what I heard.
Okay, any other questions?
I make the motion to adjourn.
We gotta have our executive.
After that, do we adjourn?
Yeah.
after that? Mhm. I thought we adjourned before, okay, after, then executive session. I make a motion.
And would you please state for the record the purpose of the executive session meeting?
To discuss legal issues?
Yeah, legal issues.
As it pertains to what?
Legal issues.
Just straight legal issues? Okay, Cindy, thank you.
All right, at 9:03.
And then, Cindy, would it be safe to say for the residents in attendance that once y'all are done with your, executive session, then Michelle Cartwright and whoever else wants to can say adjourn the meeting and then we would have a time?
There will be no more time tonight, right?
No, what I'm saying is
We're out.
exactly, so can you do me a favor? When your executive session's finished, can you please text me the time that your executive session ended?
All right,
So that we
guys.
know the meeting's done.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably come in, we'll have to come back and say.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna close this meeting for our purposes, we'll see this.
We're gonna go in executive.
Besides, on the big.
You taking me to dinner now? Yeah. Okay. Your wife can come too, I guess.
I didn't even know she was standing there when I walked by. I didn't realize she was here.
Everybody haul out. Go home tonight. Let's go. Move it.
She's ready. What does she leave those to? No, you're fine. Great.
Can you give me that list of names of the library folks?
box that are better.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Well, they got that all out.
I'll list you that have upset.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay, all right, I'll be down.
Let me make myself a note now.
You're welcome.
I'll send it to you.
Say, I wrote a note too. Do you have one of my cards with my email on it?
I think I do.
I gotta go shut that
Yes, I
window.
do. In fact, I think it's actually in my, anyway, hang on.
I got, the window is open at the end. Okay. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We're gonna hang out for the executive session, so.
Thank you for that. I'm new too, so I'm not sure, so I kind of like, you know, until I learn everything.
I think getting business conducted is getting to as far as the idea
I agree. down,
you know.
yeah.
Oh, I'm careful about that. I'll throw it up on my shoulder, wrap it around my body. I have two left.
Yeah, my husband's next to mine, so.
My uncle, he was also, he was on a cattle farm. He met a man. My youngest sister was born, she was born inside. So everything that was supposed to be inside was, and they had, you know, I feel my weight. You know, I feel my weight.
Oh, well, that's good.
They told her she never had children. I'm here for the people, but I'm also here. So, back in the day, he was in the hospital. He was out of
You guys have been working your butts off over there. I saw you there. No, because I wasn't there. Last Sunday? Maybe last Sunday? Did Al work? Is that when you worked with the library? I saw him before I went to.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But nobody knew that.
That's quite the story.
I told her, I said, you should write a book. You survived everything the doctor said you would. I'm going home.
All right.
I'll be on the
Yeah.
because like I said, we got a bill. I don't know if they're trying to back me up.
I don't know. I've had a couple of issues with people in Maine too, where the payments weren't posted, so I don't know what happened there.
That's one spent on
Amanda said that. She said
Oh,
that
it must be.
her water bill is only about $110 a month.
See, I wouldn't even
She got her bill last month was $220 or whatever. And she said what they didn't include was the payments.
Yeah, so I'm having a lot of issues. I'm correcting a lot of them from April and May.
Right.
So where it got messed up.
Right, and that's what she was arguing about. Because she
So
said,
that, I mean, that very well could be that it wasn't applied to the
and the weird thing is, I know about her name. $7.50 for water,
Yeah.
when we looked at the bill, it was like $7.60 for water. And she said it was $250
Yeah, we'll have to look at that too, because see what that diversified, what that diversified is they have it actually, it's like it's on their server, and I gotta back it up. So they actually have it back, put in everything.
We're good, Dane.
And then it goes, and then they have to download it onto ours. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's gonna take me a second to grab my stuff. Not as frustrating as.
Do you want me to carry something?
Oh no, gosh, I got it. Yeah, listen, this is a light load today. You know that, because I'm only using the.
Can't believe it is, but.
Okay. Sometimes better to be safe.
Right, I agree.
Oh,
I agree on it.
So did we miss anything here?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're back from executive, no action taken, just reviewing. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
I second it.
Motion by Michelle, seconded by Cindy. Motion, let's see, adjourned at 9:16. All right, thanks, folks.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yep.
It's meeting number 16. Be here next month. Yeah, I got something. That's really nice.
All right, take care.
Yeah. When does the tournament start Saturday?
Chairs?
Yeah.
I don't know if we have, if you guys got scheduled yet.
Okay.
We're gonna be there, all you guys go.
So we'll see you Wednesday, honey. Okay.
I will do my best.
Okay.
Weather, probably weather.
What's that? Weather permitting?
Grandma does. The number is different. Sit there. She's 87. She's going to be very good. Yeah. That just happened last week. I never got
Still,
back.
it's... Yeah. Either that or sometimes I'm in there Fridays. I do. Yeah, I could email you. I could send information.
I'll pay the 25 cents even if 40's worried.
Well, if I just email it to you, no, I'll get it together and I'll email you so that you don't have to worry about it.
That's why I work for it. If it's finalized. Holy cow, it's hot.
I'm not sure about like I don't think. Yeah. I'm not sure about like things like financials. I didn't know if that's public. Kathy! You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I do. We'll work it out.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Drive safe.
Yes, you too.
I gotta go to my car and I got stuff in my car for you.
I'm gonna end my live stream for tonight.
Oh. Why? And then?
Yeah, for tonight.
Oh, for tonight. I thought you meant forever. And I'm like, ah!
No.
Because people were messaging me through it. People were, yeah.
Tell them they can do it here too, and then it's all public. Whatever they want. If they want to rebut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were messaging me because the deaf child moved. So I get a text. The kid moved to Arizona today. It's like, Michelle's gonna move.
Well, you know, it's still though, it's something that should be easy to put through.
Well, now they know. A sign is $20. Well, outside. But see, I don't have my
Anything's still live. Give me a second if you watch your car.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody. So as you probably heard, we have a good night.
Yep,
Good night, Hank.
Thanks for your input, by the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna end the live stream. Feel free to send me anything that you want. So there is going to be viewer contributions. We're going to be posting some stuff about the library and the work that's being done there. We're going to keep updating you on the sign and the flag. I really appreciate whoever it was that helped with that. Thank you a ton. If we could get it lit, that'd be awesome. So far, everybody consensus that we could put a solar light up. The only, legal hiccup is when you remove public property from public property, which was removing the flags. So I really appreciate everybody that helped out on that. I think it's really important to make sure that we're very prideful of this lovely country that we reside in, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. I will have some content from Tioga Borough meeting for you. I did not live stream it. If you're going to be interested in checking those out, we're probably going to do these on YouTube. So we may be kind of migrating and splitting up content just to kind of make sure that we cover the local area for everybody. And yeah, so I am Media soon enough. See you guys next time.